Hey everybody, John Ramdeen and Robin Black here at Circus Circus. Vince Neil's Tatuado, the ex-lead singer, or former lead singer, or currently future lead singer of Motley Crue. We're in his private booth discussing some of the things going down in mixed martial arts coming this weekend. The UFC returns to Brazil. The main event, a super cool one, especially when we saw what Kelvin Gastelum did at 185 pounds against Tim Kennedy. He takes on one of the legends of combat sports in Vitor Belfort. When Vitor is on his A game, terrifying, one of the most devastating first rounds I think in mixed martial arts history is Vitor Belfort on his aggressive A game. But is it just as simple as Kelvin Gastelum just weather that storm?
If Gastelum's at his best, and it isn't about Vitor, or it isn't about what Kelvin's going to do, it's if Kelvin's in his best state, he's going to wreck Vitor.
How do you get there?
That's the thing. It's his job. He knows how to fight. He knows how to play. He knows how to. Gastelum has to be in the best state of expression. We've seen that, and when we've seen it, he's been mind-blowing.
But when he looks across the cage and he sees that bouncing Vitor Belfort, the guy that we've seen spin and look angry and aggressive, and we know what he's done. We've seen what Vitor Belfort's done, and even though a lot of people believe that he could be in the twilight of his career, he's capable of doing miraculous things.
So Kelvin knows that, which is why this is not easy. It's not easy. It's about Kelvin. And it's about Kelvin being able to not overthink it, not underthink it, not overthink Vitor, not underthink Vitor. This is a pocket. It's a pocket of performance. And when this kid's in it, he's unstoppable. We see it with many. We expected to see it with Tony this weekend, last weekend. And even though we expected it, he still had a tough test and one of the best fighters in the world. And that's what Kelvin's dealing with. If Kelvin's at his best to do his thing, and he knows what that feels like, and he watches us, so he's hearing this conversation. And as he's hearing this conversation, he knows exactly what I'm saying and what it feels like in that essence of fighting. And when he's in it, he's beaten Vitor, he's beaten any of these guys. But he can't overthink it.
Right.
He can't feel Vitor too much. He can't underestimate Vitor. That's a pocket that only he knows how to access. And he has to get better at accessing it.
But what's interesting is I talked to Tyron Woodley after his fight with Stephen Thompson. He said sometimes you just get frozen. I'm paraphrasing. Sometimes you get frozen.
Yeah.
You know what to do. I've shot doubles many, many times. I've landed that right hand many, many times. But when it's time to go, it just isn't working.
Yeah. And so Kelvin has to be, we saw, and however you're paraphrasing it and however Woodley said it, I saw it.
Yeah.
Woodley was not in that state. Stephen Thompson was. And Woodley still, even not in there, was able to get the draw or the win or whatever. I think he deserves respect as the champion, and he is the champion now. He was the champion before, and he is now. How did I put it earlier? Earned, defended, and proven.
100%.
That's what he is.
Just look at his resume. If you're a doubter of Tyron Woodley, just look at who he's faced, who he's defeated in mixed martial arts.
Gastelum took him right to the limit.
Yeah.
What I mean? Yeah. Gastelum is that guy. He doesn't need to think about the game plan. He doesn't need to reassess, oh my God, Vitor's going to be aggressive. Gastelum needs to go out there and be free. Get out of his own way and fight. If he does that, it's going to be the best performance of his life, and everybody's going to be going, oh my God, this kid is unreal talented. Kelvin Gastelum is unreal talented. If he finds the way to put himself in the right state of mind and the right state of expression to go show that, we are going to wake up on Sunday morning, and I don't know if I'll be back in time to do another Ask Robin Black, but if I do, there'll be 27 questions about why Kelvin Gastelum is the best fighter in the world.
So many cool fights going down in Brazil. Betch Correia, Benil Dariush taking on Edson Barbosa, the return of Shogun as he takes on John Vellante, and of course the main event, Kelvin Gastelum taking on the legend Vitor Belfort.